The old farmer, he rose early that morning with a smile upon his lips and a song in his heart. For see, ever since his wife had passed away, he'd always had to eat alone. But see, things was going to be different today, for the Lord had promised him that he would come and eat with him. As he was there in his kitchen preparing everything, for he wanted everything to be just right for this very important guest. As he worked on, there was a knock came upon his door. He looked up at his clock and he thought, well, Lord, you're sort of early. He ran in through the door expecting to find the Lord, and instead there was a little old man was bent with years. He said, sir, he said, I'm on a long, long journey. He said, I couldn't help from seeing the smoke from your chimney. He said, I've grown worried. He said, could I rest a while? The farmer said, well, I'm expecting a mighty important guest. And the old man looked up and he said, I won't stay very long. As he sat there in front of the fireplace, the farmer couldn't help from noticing just how ragged his coat was. And he thought, I have two and only need just one. He went to the closet, got down one of his coats, and he gave it to the old man, and the old man thanked him and went on his way. The farmer returned to the kitchen, for he wanted everything to be just right for this very important guest. As he worked on, as another knock came up on his door, and he looked up at his clock and he thought, well, Lord, you're right on time. He ran in through the door expecting to find the Lord, and instead there was a little old lady who was bent with years. She said, sir, she said, I've been gathering some sticks that I might be on me a fire, that I might fix me something to eat. She said, I've grown worried. She said, could I rest a while? The farmer said, well, I'm expecting a mighty important guest. The little old lady, she said, I won't stay very long. As she sat there in front of the fireplace, the farmer thought, well, I have plenty of food for me and the Lord. So he went to the kitchen and got her a plate of food and brought it back to her. She ate, she thanked him and went on her way. The farmer returned to the kitchen to wash the dishes and put them all away, for he wanted everything to be just right for this very important guest. As he worked on and time passed, the Lord, he still hadn't come. He thought in his heart, well, Lord, why haven't you come? He said, Lord, I can't eat so much on you coming, but maybe someone else has needed you worse than I did. As he worked on and time passed, the shade of evening began to fall. There was another knock came upon his door. Oh, his heart leaped for joy, for it was never too late. He ran through the door open, expecting to find the Lord, and said there was a little boy with tears running down his face. And he said, sir, he said, I've been playing. He said, it's gotten dark. He said, I just can't find my way home. The farmer said, well, son, he said, I've been expecting someone, but just don't look like he's coming. He said, if you'll wait till I get my coat and my lantern, he said, I'll see you safely home. After the farmer returned and he blew out his light, he sat down on the side of his bed there. Slowly he just buried his face over his hands. And he said, Lord, why did you come? He said, Lord, I can't eat so much on your coming. From the darkest corner of the room there began to move a figure of shadow. He said, well, lift up your head. He said, I didn't forget. He said, 3 times I knocked and 3 times you bid me in. He said, I was naked and you clothed me. He said, I was hungry and you fed me. He said, I was lost and you helped me find my way home. He said, no. He said, 3 times I knocked and 3 times you bid me in. And I wonder if you're here tonight and he knocks at your heart's door, would you let him in? You see, if you let the Lord in, you've found the greatest friend that you'll ever have.